Welcome to the enchanting world of Eldhaven, where the whispers of ancient magic flow through the very veins of the land. Join us as we journey into the heart of a village shrouded in mystery and shadow, where the river Lyra has begun to flow backward, stirring memories long forgotten and awakening the dormant powers of the past. In this tale, you'll meet Alara, a young woman caught between the pull of her ancestry and the weight of destiny, as she uncovers the truth behind a weeping statue that guards the secrets of her village. As you listen, allow yourself to be drawn into the vivid landscapes and rich characters who are faced with choices that will shape their futures. Whether you're cooking dinner, commuting, or finding a moment, as dusk fell, the world around me transformed in a way I had never imagined possible. I stood at the edge of the meadow, my heart thundering in my chest as the sun dipped lower on the horizon. Where once it had burned bright and golden, its light had shifted to a deep, troubling black, swallowing the remnants of day with an unsettling ease. The sky, once a canvas of vivid hues, now felt foreign, as if reality itself were unspooling. The air was thick with a heavy silence, almost reverent, as if the very creatures of the earth had paused to witness this strange occurrence. I felt a pull, an urgency I couldn't quite explain, drawing me toward the shadowy depths of the forest beyond the meadow. Cautiously, I stepped forward, the grass beneath my feet whispering secrets that my ears strained to hear. Each step seemed to echo in the stillness, amplifying my anxious thoughts. The forest loomed before me, its trees standing like ancient sentinels, their leaves whispering in a language I could not comprehend. I brushed aside the tendrils of fear threatening to wrap around my heart, reminding myself I was not one to shy away from the unknown. I was drawn to the shadows dancing just beyond the tree line, beckoning me closer. With every footfall, the atmosphere shifted, thickening with a palpable energy. As I entered the embrace of the forest, the sunlight filtered through the branches, casting elongated shadows that writhed as if alive. There, in the intricate interplay of light and dark, I heard it, a low, murmuring chorus, a language filled with emotion that resonated deep in my soul. It was haunting yet beautiful, and my curiosity ignited, urging me to follow the sound. The whispers grew louder as I ventured deeper, my steps guided not by the desire to flee, but by a hunger for answers. They spoke of ancient power, of a time when the world was full of light, tales of darkness lurking beneath the surface, waiting for its moment to rise. I could feel the weight of those echoes pressing upon me, and if I stayed focused, I might uncover the answers begging to be known. Suddenly, a whisper broke through my thoughts, distinct and clear. "Find the truth," it beckoned, "for the black sun holds secrets of your destiny." I paused, my heart racing, startled by how intimate this message felt, as if it were meant solely for me. Who was speaking? What truth awaited me? Before I could ponder further, the shadows surrounding me shifted, revealing a clearing bathed in the eerie twilight glow. In that moment, the forest came alive with whispers of forgotten prophecies that surged around me like a wave of cold air. Threads of fate entwined and writhed, offering glimpses of what lay ahead. Tentatively, I stepped into the clearing, my skin prickling with the weight of unseen eyes. There, I could feel the pulse of something far older than myself, resonating like the deep thrum of a distant drum. Shadows danced and twirled, playful yet foreboding, as if they were the guardians of the ancient mysteries I sought. I stood on the precipice of discovery, the truths of the black sun tantalizingly close, and yet I could not shake the sense that I was dancing on the edge of a chasm, a void that threatened to swallow me whole. The time had come to uncover the meaning behind this unnerving phenomenon, and the role I would play in the story yet to unfold. As the shadows swirled around me, I took a deep breath, ready to embrace the darkness and uncover the secrets that intertwined with my fate. The nights turned into a blur as the ominous presence of the black sun loomed over us with each passing day. What began as a cryptic phenomenon quickly morphed into a heavy veil of darkness that blanketed our lives. Each dusk brought with it a deepening sense of dread, a thickening of shadows that crept into every corner of my existence. As the whispers of the forest grew louder, I knew I was not alone in my search for truth. Drawn by an unexplainable force, others began to venture into the woods, their faces familiar yet foreign in their anxiety. There was Miri, a girl with eyes that sparkled like starry skies, who spoke of dreams that foretold of the black sun. Then there was Aelin, quiet and brooding, haunted by a loss that twisted his heart into knots. We congregated in the clearing where the shadows had first revealed themselves to me, and in that sacred place, we began to share our stories. As we exchanged words beneath the watchful eyes of the trees, we began to piece together the fragmented tales that surrounded the black sun. It became evident that each of us had been touched by the darkness in some way, our lives bound by threads of fate that wove a tapestry of shared history. Tales of a cursed lineage echoed in our conversations, a family long forsaken, marked by an ancient power that surged beneath the surface of our realm. The more we delved into our collective past, the more I recognized the weight of the truths we were uncovering. Miri spoke of her ancestors who had betrayed their kin in pursuit of knowledge, sealing their fates in shadows and despair. Aelin recounted the stories whispered around the fires in his village, tales of dark rituals and the sacrifices made in the name of power. My own existence, it seemed, was deeply entwined with theirs, as if the tendrils of our shared lineage were reaching across time to connect us all. I felt an undeniable bond forming among us, our shared fears and hopes intertwining as tightly as the roots of the ancient trees around us. In that clearing, we became more than mere strangers. We were united in our quest for understanding, for salvation. Each night, our resolve grew stronger, fortified by the knowledge that we were not alone in our fears. We would face whatever darkness lay ahead together. But as we opened our hearts and minds to one another, I felt an ominous chill in the air, a sensation that we were being watched. An unseen presence lurked on the fringes, a predator waiting to strike. The shadows twisted more aggressively, their dances now filled with a sense of foreboding. Each rustle in the underbrush made my heart race, and the weight of impending danger pressed down upon us like a thick fog. We began to sense that the black sun had awakened something more than just old prophecies and forgotten legends. It had drawn forth darkness from the depths of our history, and in doing so, it threatened to turn our search for answers into a battle for survival. One evening, as we gathered under the blackened sky, Miri shared a chilling vision she had endured during her dreams. A glimpse of shadowy figures watching us from a distance, eyes glinting like knives. The realization washed over us like ice water. We were not simply observers in this tale. We had become part of a much larger narrative. One where shadows were not just whispers, but sentient beings of their own. Determined not to succumb to fear, I turned to my companions. We must uncover the truth behind our lineage, our connection to the black sun. We need answers now more than ever. The firelight flickered around us, illuminating the resolve etched on their faces as we silently accepted our charge. As we worked together to unravel the secrets of our past, I could feel the very essence of the forest responding, echoes of prophecy and fate winding around us like tendrils of smoke. The darkness seemed to listen, intrigued by our unity, preparing for the inevitable confrontation that lay ahead. Each night, as the black sun rose and set in its eternal twilight, our gathering grew more focused, our purpose more defined. But the deeper we ventured into the shadows of our history, the more inevitable the truth became. Danger lurked closer than expected, and the shadows whispered promises of both power and peril. Together, we would have to navigate this treacherous path, for the fate of our world depended on what lay hidden within the darkness. The days passed like fleeting shadows, each one drenched in the creeping darkness of the black sun. Our quest for answers had intensified, and the threads of mystery guiding us whispered of an ancient oracle said to reside in a hidden glade, shrouded in shadows both protective and sinister. It was here that we believed the key to unraveling the enigma of the black sun would be found. With determination coursing through our veins, we made our way to the glade, guided by Miri's vivid dreams and Aelin's tales of his forebears. Our hearts raced with a blend of excitement and trepidation as the entrance to the oracle's domain unfolded before us. Towering trees arched over a moss-covered path, their gnarled branches twisting towards the darkened sky like twisted fingers beckoning us closer. As we stepped into the clearing, we were greeted by an ethereal sight. Wisps of mist swirled around the base of an ancient stone altar, its surface carved with intricate symbols that glimmered even in the absence of light. I felt an indescribable pull toward it, as though the very fabric of my being recognized this sacred place. A soft hum filled the air, growing in strength until it reverberated through me. Shadows coalesced at the center of the glade, and as they shifted, an ethereal figure emerged, a woman cloaked in flowing robes of midnight, her hair a cascade of darkness that seemed to defy gravity. The oracle stood before us, a presence both majestic and unsettling. Her eyes glowed like embers, carrying secrets of the cosmos. With a tremble in my voice, I stepped forward, feeling the weight of my companion's gazes upon me. "O Oracle, we seek understanding of the Black Sun and its dark hold over our land. Please reveal its origins," I implored, the urgency of our quest spilling into the words. The oracle regarded me with a knowing smile, a smile that hinted at mysteries wrapped within mysteries. "Many have come seeking answers, but few have the courage to face the truths that await," she replied, her voice ethereal, echoing like distant thunder. As I stood on the brink of revelation, she began to speak in riddles, weaving tales of ancient warriors who once fought against the very darkness that now threatened us. The shadows danced with each word, illuminating fragments of my past that I had never imagined. As she spoke, visions unfurled in my mind, glimpses of fierce battles waged under a sky marred by blackened suns, of warriors clad in shimmering armor, wielding blades that glowed like stars. I saw one warrior in particular, a silhouette that mirrored my own, poised and resolute against the encroaching dark. "You are of the bloodline that stands against the shadows," the oracle declared, her voice a mix of reverence and warning. "A long-lost warrior waits within you, a spirit reborn. As the black sun rises and the darkness deepens, you must choose, embrace your heritage, or let the shadows consume you and your kin." The weight of her words settled around me like a heavy cloak, constricting my breath. I was connected to this fallen legacy, destined to bear its burdens, but at what cost? My heart raced, emotions cascading within me, fear, uncertainty, and an ember of hope kindled amidst the chaos. "What must I do?" I asked, desperation edging my voice. "How can I awaken this warrior within me?" The oracle's eyes sparkled with ancient wisdom. "The path to awakening lies not in violence nor brute strength, but in understanding the light within you. You must seek the Heartstone, a gem of pure essence hidden in the depths of the forgotten caverns. There, your true power will be revealed, but beware, the shadows will not allow you to pass unchallenged." Her words hung in the air like a challenge, and I felt a surge of determination pulse through my veins. The Heartstone, the key to unlocking my true potential, was held within perilous depths. I could not allow fear to deter me. My companions stood resolute beside me, united in our shared purpose. As the oracle's presence began to fade, her final words danced through the air like a shimmering thread. "Choose wisely, warrior. Your actions will alter the fate of your realm. Light and darkness are but two sides of a coin. Balance the scales, or they shall tip in favor of the void." With a final glance, the oracle vanished into the shadows, leaving us standing amidst echoes of power and clarity. The glade returned to its eerie stillness, yet I could feel the spark igniting within my spirit, a truth awakened. Turning to Miri and Aelin, I shared the oracle's revelations, and we felt the gravity of our journey crystallizing around us. The task ahead was daunting, but I sensed an unbreakable bond forming between us, a fire ignited by the very darkness we sought to thwart. Our course was set, the Heartstone awaited, and with it, lessons of light that would guide us through the shadows. Together, we made a silent pact to confront the dark forces pressing in from all sides, for the fate of not just our lives, but our entire realm hinged on the choices we would make in the days to come. The final night of the Black Sun drew ever closer, and I could feel the world trembling beneath its weight. The air crackled with tension, alive with a foreboding energy that gripped my heart with icy fingers. As the days folded into one another, shadows had grown more restless, the whispers of the forest now a siren call laced with ominous intent. I could sense that something was stirring, something ancient and malevolent, poised to unleash its fury. Miri and Aelin had remained steadfast by my side, our friendship a beacon of light in the encroaching darkness. Each night we trained, wielding our combined skills, unearthing the latent powers that lay dormant within us. Together, we honed our resolve, recalling the oracle's words as the shadows whispered around us, twisting our thoughts toward fear and uncertainty. The deeper we pushed into the night, the more alive the creatures of darkness became. The shades, as we had come to call them, flitting in and out of sight like nightmares taking form. On the eve of the final night, we gathered in the clearing where the oracle had revealed the truth of our destinies. The shadows seemed to pulse with anticipation, swirling around us like twilight fog. "This is it," I said, looking at my companions, whose expressions reflected the gravity of the moment. "Tonight we face what has been lurking beneath the surface. What if we fail?" Aelin's voice trembled slightly, betraying the courage that lay beneath his fear. "We won't," Miri interjected, her eyes fierce and unwavering. "We have each other, and we have the gifts within us. We can turn the tide." With those words igniting a spark of courage, we stepped into the encroaching night, feeling the weight of destiny upon our shoulders. The forest felt alive, the branches overhead reaching out, wrapping around me like a protective shroud. As we ventured forth, the atmosphere thickened, shadows creeping closer with every step we took until the last remnants of light slipped away completely. Once more, the world fractured as creatures of darkness emerged from the shadows. Shapes that twisted and writhed, eyes glimmering with hunger and malice. Shades manifested before us with haunting cries, their forms shifting like smoke, taunting us with the whispers of our own deepest fears. I could hear them whispering my name, echoing through the recesses of my mind, reminders of every doubt I had ever faced. But within me, the fire sparked to life. The oracle's revelations ignited something deep in my soul, a connection to the long-lost warrior who had fought the very darkness we faced. Drawing on that well of power, I stepped forward, transitioning fear into resolve. "Stand with me," I shouted, and as my voice pierced the air, it resonated like a rallying cry into the vast depths of the night. With Miri and Aelin flanking me, we surged into the fray, our combined energies shifting the tide of battle. Miri wielded her newfound abilities with fluid grace, summoning tendrils of light that danced around us, casting a brilliant glow that momentarily pierced through the darkness. The shades shrieked, recoiling from the brilliance as we charged ahead. Aelin stood as a bastion of strength, his fists imbued with energies I had never seen. He struck with purpose, sending waves of force rippling through the air, knocking the shades off balance as they lunged toward us. I felt a surge of power within me, as if the essence of the long-lost warrior was rising to the forefront, guiding my movements and bolstering my strength. Together, we unleashed a torrent of energy that washed over the encroaching darkness, pushing back against the relentless tide. Each swing, each burst of light, pulled us deeper into the dance of battle, testing our resolve and drawing forth our innermost fears. I confronted shadows of my past, my insecurities, doubts, and failures, but instead of succumbing, I fought against them, reclaiming the power they once held over me. As the battle reached a fever pitch, I spotted a particularly dark shade coiling in the background, watching, biding its time. Fueled by instinct and desperation, I charged toward it. In that moment, the darkness roared, swirling around me, threatening to consume my resolve. I steadied my breath, recalling the oracle's message of balance, light and darkness intertwined like strands of fate. With a fierce determination, I tapped into the gifts awakened within me. Drawing upon the light of the Heartstone and the ancestral powers coursing through my veins, I forged a blade of pure energy, glowing with a brilliance that cut through the encroaching night. In a single definitive stroke, I raised it against the shade. "No more," I cried, and the air trembled as I thrust the ethereal weapon forward. The blade connected, and the darkness shrieked, writhing in agony as it dissolved into tendrils of smoke, vanished back to the shadows from whence it came. A wave of relief washed over me, but the battle was not yet won. Around us, shades were still regrouping, and I felt the weight of their malice hanging heavy in the air. I turned to my companions, our eyes meeting briefly. Unsaid words of determination passed between us. "We have to work together, find the strength in our bond," I urged, rallying our energies once again. We formed a line, drawing upon our gifts, undeterred by the looming darkness. As the final night of the Black Sun unfolded, we pushed forward against the tides of fear, determined to reclaim our light. Together, we moved as one, three warriors bound by a singular purpose. We would confront the darkness, not only for ourselves, but for all those who lived beneath the shadow of the black sun. With each creature we struck down, we fractured their hold, tilting the scales back toward light. Yet amidst the chaos of battle, I felt the echoes of the oracle's words ringing in my ears, a reminder that our fight was only just beginning and that our greatest challenge lay ahead. The truth of the black sun was yet to unfold, and we were its reluctant champions, charged with uncovering the depths of what lay hidden beyond the veil of night. The final night stretched on, and the world outside the glade teetered on the edge of oblivion. Each moment felt suspended in time, a heartbeat echoing through the shadows that clung to the landscape. My companions, Miri and Aelin, stood resolute by my side, forging an unbreakable bond between us as we prepared for the showdown that lay ahead. As the last rays of the black sun danced across the horizon, the twilight enveloped us, shrouding the world in an eerie glow. The air was thick with tension, and I could feel the weight of destiny pressing heavily upon my shoulders. Everything had built to this moment, the choices made, the sacrifices offered, and the power awakened within me. The prophecy had come to fruition, leading us to the precipice of reckoning. In the clearing where we had trained and fought, the shadows pulsed ominously, restless and eager, as they began to gather in anticipation of the inevitable clash. But I was no longer just a vessel of fear. I was the conduit of hope and strength, a light flickering defiantly against the encroaching darkness. I could hear the whispers of the oracle guiding me, reminding me of the balance I must strike between light and dark. But as the shadows closed in, I felt a familiar chill crawl down my spine. The dark figure, the ultimate manifestation of the shades, emerged from the recesses of the forest, a swirling miasma of despair embodied. Its eyes were like bottomless pits, devoid of mercy and filled with sharp hunger. In that moment, time seemed to freeze. This was the moment of reckoning. I took a deep breath, feeling the surge of ancient power coil within me, a reminder of the warrior I was destined to become. The echoes of my ancestors vibrated through my spirit, calling upon me to confront not just the darkness surrounding me, but the darkness within. I closed my eyes for a heartbeat, centering myself, recalling the words of the oracle, the balance, the choice, the path I must carve for our world. Together, I called out, my voice ringing clear amidst the rumble of shadows. The familiar glow of Miri's energy swirled around us, forming a radiant barrier against the encroaching tide. Aelin ground his feet firmly, reinforcing our resolve with the strength that resonated within him. As the dark figure lunged, the shades at its command rallied, bolstered by a sinister force that threatened to engulf us. Yet, just as they surged, I raised my hands high, channeling the essence of the Heartstone deep within me. Flickers of light spilled forth, forging bright tendrils that shot into the gathering shadows, illuminating the murky landscape like the dawn breaking after a long, treacherous night. The brilliance separated the dark waves, momentarily stunning the shades, and in that split second, I saw my opportunity. Remembering the stories of ancient warriors who once fought side by side against the encroaching dark, I knew what I had to do. Drawing upon the strength of my companions, I focused my energy, intertwining it with their own. The air thrummed with raw power, and I felt our energies harmonizing, forming a luminous sphere that pushed back against the shadows. The dark figure faltered, its malice momentarily eclipsed by our collective force. "We fight for the light, for our world," I shouted, my voice a rallying cry that surged from the depths of my soul. In a final act of unity, we released our combined strength, a conflagration of light bursting forth, illuminating the clearing in a radiant blaze. Time slowed as the sphere collided with the darkness, a cataclysm of energy unleashing a shockwave that rippled through the air. The darkness howled as the sheer force of our resolve crashed into it, tearing through the veil of fear and despair. The dark figure writhed, shadows curling back, unraveling before our eyes, until it was no more than wisps of smoke floating away, leaving only silence in its wake. In the moments that followed, the world felt reborn. As the first hints of dawn broke over the horizon, the blackened sky lightened, hues of gold and crimson spilling into the landscape that had long been marred by shadows. Light chased away the remnants of the black sun, illuminating the forest, transforming it from a realm of nightmares into one of hope. The echo of the oracle's words resonated in my heart. Your actions will alter the fate of your realm. The notion of destiny no longer felt like a burden, but a source of strength, and I knew now that the light would indeed return, as long as we had the courage to embody it. As Miri and Aelin caught their breath beside me, the betrayal and truths echoed through the trees. The air, once laden with despair, now felt free. Our world had been tested, challenged, and ultimately transformed. Together, we had faced the darkness and emerged victorious, our bond an unyielding force against the tide of shadows. Yet, I held close the knowledge that the darkness had not been eradicated. It had been tempered. The balance of light and dark required vigilance, resilience, and unity. But with my companions at my side, I felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that even amidst darkness, we could reclaim the light, not just for ourselves, but for all who inhabited our realm. As dawn washed over us, bathing the forest in its gentle embrace, I stood among the trees, heart alight with purpose, ready to forge a new path for our world. The dawn of reckoning had arrived, and with it, the promise of a future woven together by hope, strength, and indomitable light.